Turning to the UK now, where officials have achieved a major target in their vaccine rollout. 15 million shots in arms by mid-February. Those jabs have gone mainly to the most vulnerable, including people over 70 and frontline healthcare workers. Now, phase 2 of the vaccination plan is about to begin. Tessa Arcilia is following the story for us and joins us from London. Hello, Tessa. What can you tell us about this major milestone?
Well, John, it is a major milestone. The British Prime Minister calling it an extraordinary feat just 69 days after the start of this mass vaccination program. They have put jabs in 15 million people across the country. So phase 2 in England, what does that mean? It means that people above 65 will now be receiving those offers to get those vaccines, as well as younger people who fit in the so-called at-risk groups. Now, the Health Secretary also came out today praising what has been done so far. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
We've offered a vaccination to everybody in the top 4 priority groups. The take-up is incredibly important. It is over 90% amongst the over 70s as a whole.
I mean, the uptake there is potentially something that could undermine the success of this mass vaccination program. He mentioned 90% for those above 70, but that number, John, is lower for people in different age groups. Actually, there is a third of social care workers who have not received the vaccine. Matt Hancock said is calling on healthcare workers to please take the vaccine in order to hail this a real success. There's also a study that came out today, John, of doctors from the University of Leicester Hospital sounding the alarm. This has yet to be peer reviewed, but out of 20,000 staff, there has been a much lower uptake for Black and ethnic minority staff, as well as those workers under 30 and those from deprived areas. So this is something that they really have to address. They've now had vaccination buses that go to areas that have lower uptakes, because this is something on the flip side of that good news story of 15 million jabs. Now we're moving to lower age groups, and maybe hesitancy is a little higher in that, John.
Meanwhile, Tessa, new travel rules coming into effect. What can you tell us about that?
That's right. We saw a video of the first arrivals here in the UK coming from a so-called red list country. That's a list of 33 countries, which includes Portugal, the UAE, South Africa, coming from those countries where, the UK is worried about variants entering the country, just like Canada is. So now they've been escorted to their hotels. This is the first day that this is being done. They have to stay there for 10 days. And new rules also applying starting today. They have to be tested on day 2 and day 8 of that quarantine stay. So right now the government has deals with about 16 hotels. It could be more. And again, the goal is to keep those variants out while they are dealing with the so-called UK variant. And I have to say, John, to add that there have been updates on the how fatal that variant is. Scientists here say that it is more likely now that that variant, the UK variant, could cause more hospitalizations and potentially be more fatal as well. John?
Lots to watch for. Thanks for this, Tessa. Tessa Arcilia reporting from London.